before you throw your life away, a life that
Hello, good evening and welcome back to Andy's Cavern. How are we all doing, guys? We're all well out there? How are we dealing with January blues? Hopefully you're unaffected. Well, what's next for Moses Itauma? We're back to that question again. Well, what's next is looks like a 2-month break because unfortunately he's been pulled out of the Jermaine Franklin fight due to injury. So we're being told. Heard through the grapevine it's a ankle injury, so for a fighter as mobile as him, your ankles are kind of essential, aren't they? So if that's what the case is, that's what I've heard, so excuse me. And of course it was on Frank Warren's Magnificent 7 show, which was due to take place at the Co-op Live Arena in Manchester on the 24th of January. So it's now they're talking about March the 28th. Will that go ahead? Magnificent 7 card, I think it was featuring chief support from Billy Hutchison and Ezra Taylor. So we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what happens. Who knows, eh? It's people are always sceptical when they hear something about people being pulled out of fights. I mean, there was a lot of talk last week on YouTube, people speculating about Moses Itauma after he'd been on an IFL TV interview with Kugan Cassius. Some people thought he was under the influence of maybe smoking a bit of dope, or some people even suggested he might be suffering from CTE, which he's quite a young guy to be suffering from that, isn't he? So who knows? We would hope that wasn't the case. I watched the interview, which has incidentally been taken down. It's not there anymore. I thought he could have been tired. He might have been under the influence of cannabis or something, I don't know. But to me, he looked tired and disinterested. I also watched other interviews of Moses Itauma, and I think it was one where it might have been on Frank Warren's Queensberry YouTube channel, and he was talking about people asking him the same questions over and over again. It was like he was getting bored of being asked the same thing over and over again. So I mean, he's a young guy, isn't he? He's not much past a teenager. You know what teenagers can be like. They can be going about like zombies some of the time, or up half the night playing their Xbox or PlayStation, whatever it is they play. It could be something to do with that. I think maybe people are reading too much into it. Not everybody's a good talker or upbeat and sort of bouncing about, are they? Some people just want to kind of sit and chill out and not say much, and maybe that's what Moses is like. And when you've got however many mainstream boxing YouTubers asking him the same questions over and over again, I'd get bored if it was me. So I don't know. What do you think? Feel free to comment in the comments section, but I don't know. Or I mean, could there be a more lucrative fight in the pipeline? Could there be a big money fight, or even a title fight being talked about behind the scenes, which nobody knows what way it's going to go, and they just want to buy a bit of time for that? Could it also be the fact it's January? Not many people have a lot of money to spend at this time of the year after Christmas, New Year, etc. So people that might go to boxing shows, if they've got a bit of spare cash, don't have much spare cash this time of year. So could it be ticket sales are a bit slow? Could be that as well, eh? Who knows? Or could he be injured? Maybe he's actually injured. Anybody thought about that? We don't know. We can only speculate. But I mean, if he was under the influence of cannabis, I mean, I think that can stay in your system for about a month. So at this stage of the game, he's no one to have any failed drug test, is he? That's not going to look good for his poster boy image, you might say, because he's the next big thing, the next big golden goose for Frank Warren and Queensberry, isn't he? Who've got, to be fair, most of the heavyweights, but they're not going to want any bad press at this stage of the game, do they? They want to promote a clean cut image, maybe a bit like Usyk's, and you know, a good role model. And if it comes out he has been smoking dope, it doesn't really set a good example for youngsters. So if that is the case, they'll probably want to dampen it down, won't they? So I would imagine. I'm not an expert though, I'm only a boxing fan in a shed with a colourful wall behind me. Which I need to write more names on, actually. So that's where we're at. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see what further news comes out, shall we say. But that's where we're at the moment. It's talking about being postponed till the 28th of March. So we shall wait and see. I would like to go back and see him again. I was lucky enough to see him in Glasgow when he fought Mike Bologin on the Josh Taylor Echo Ezeman undercard. And I was impressed with what I seen. It was only a couple of rounds, but he's got a very fluid movement, and he can seem to punch from all angles, and he seems to have a cool head about him. So I like him, I like him. But not everybody's going to like everybody though, so it's all a matter of taste, isn't it? So, but I like him and I hope he's going to do big things, but we're going to have to wait a bit longer before we see him in action again, unfortunately. And he hasn't really, I think he's only fought a couple of times this past year, so an active fighter's a sharp fighter, isn't it? So he probably needs to be active, more active. But I think they have struggled to get opponents for him, but anybody wanting to fight him is going to want big money, aren't they? So, and some people get a bit greedy at times when they're making their demands, when they want to fight the next big thing in the heavyweight division. So I think that's all I've got for tonight, guys. Don't forget, Boxers in Need. Look that up. www.boxersneed.org. It's only £12 a year if you want to give money to charity and you're a boxing fan. Have a look. Boxers in Need. And my other sponsors, who are, I should be more organised here, Perth Auto Recyclers. If you've got a old scrap car or a car you want scrapped, taken to the scrapyard in the Sky, and you're in the Perth area, give Grant or Craig a shout at Perth Auto Recyclers. Give them a shout and they'll help you out. And if you've got a BMW that you need looked after, maintained, serviced, whatever, MOT work, check out Elite BM Services. See Ian and Simon in there, they'll look after you and your car. Always get service with a smile on there. So and they're top guys. They've got all the latest BMW diagnostic equipment and can use genuine BMW parts if you so require. So I think that's about it for tonight. I'm due back on Porky's Corner sometime soon, so have a look on Porky's Corner, the voice of hardcore boxing, and you'll see moi on with us doing a Zoom or whatever. Yeah, so that's coming up very soon. So till the next time, guys, it's good night to you and good night from me. Cheery bye.